A woman is handcuffed on suspicion of shoplifting, but a single phone call reveals her husband's surprising identity, drastically turning the tables. How does this one call unravel the careers of the officers involved? Before we continue, have you subscribed yet? Hit that button for more amazing stories, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. The fluorescent lights of Fashion Forward cast a harsh glow on Gabrielle's face as the cold metal clicked around her wrists. "Ma'am, we have a report of shoplifting," Officer Miller stated, his voice flat, devoid of emotion. His partner, Officer Davies, stood a few feet back, arms crossed, a smirk playing on his lips. Gabrielle, a woman of impeccable taste and quiet dignity, felt a surge of disbelief, then a slow burn of indignation.
Shoplifting? Are you serious? I was just trying on this scarf.
She gestured with her bound hands towards the delicate silk draped over a nearby mannequin. The store manager, a nervous man named Mr. Henderson, wrung his hands beside Officer Miller, his eyes darting between Gabrielle and the officers. "The security footage shows you placing an item in your bag without scanning it," Officer Davies interjected, his voice dripping with accusation.
That's preposterous. I put my own scarf in my bag, the one I was wearing when I came in. I haven't taken anything from this store.
Gabrielle retorted, her voice rising slightly. She felt a familiar prickle of fear, a deep-seated unease that came with being a black woman in America, suddenly and unjustly accused. "We'll sort it out at the station, ma'am," Miller said, beginning to guide her towards the exit.
No, we will not.
Gabrielle stated, her voice now firm, cutting through the buzzing hum of the store. She looked directly at Officer Miller.
I demand to make a phone call. Now.
Miller hesitated, then nodded to Davies. "Fine. One call, but make it quick." They led her to a small, cramped office in the back. Gabrielle's hands trembled slightly as she fumbled for her phone, the handcuffs making the simple action difficult. She dialed a number she knew by heart. It rang twice before a deep, calm voice answered. "Hello, my love. Everything all right?"
David.
Gabrielle's voice wavered, a mix of anger and humiliation.
I've been handcuffed. They think I'm shoplifting.
There was a beat of silence on the other end, a silence that spoke volumes. Then the calm voice hardened, taking on an edge Gabrielle rarely heard. "Handcuffed? Who is this? Put them on the phone." Gabrielle held the phone out to Officer Miller. "My husband wants to speak to you." Miller took the phone, a dismissive look on his face. "This is Officer Miller. Your wife is being detained on suspicion of shoplifting." He listened for a moment, his expression slowly changing from dismissive to confused, then to a dawning horror. His eyes widened, and he swallowed hard. "Sir." "General? My apologies, sir. I wasn't aware." Officer Davies, who had been leaning against the doorframe, straightened up, a flicker of concern replacing his smirk. He saw the color drain from Miller's face, the way his hand trembled as he held the phone. "Yes, General. I understand. We'll release her immediately. Of course. Right away." "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir." Miller stammered, his voice losing all its earlier authority. He hung up the phone, his face ashen. He turned to Gabrielle, his eyes filled with a desperate plea. "Ma'am, I am so incredibly sorry. There's been a terrible mistake. We'll remove these immediately." He fumbled with the keys, his hands shaking so much he almost dropped them. Davies, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, stepped forward. "What's going on, Mike?" Miller didn't answer directly. He unlocked Gabrielle's handcuffs, his gaze fixed on her with a mixture of fear and profound regret. "Ma'am, please accept our sincerest apologies. We made an error in judgment." Gabrielle rubbed her wrists, the red marks already forming. She looked at both officers, her eyes cold.
An error in judgment? Or a presumption based on bias?
Before either officer could respond, the phone in Miller's hand rang again. He looked at the caller ID, and his face went even paler. It's Chief Evans," he answered, putting the call on speaker. Chief Evans's voice boomed through the small office, laced with fury. "Miller, Davies, what in God's name is going on down there? General Thorne just called me. Do you have any idea what you've done?" Miller stammered, "Chief, we thought—" "You thought? You thought you could accost a decorated general's wife in public based on a flimsy, unverified report? Do you have any idea of the political fallout from this? The general is demanding a full investigation, and frankly, I don't blame him. You two are suspended, effective immediately, pending a full internal review. Pack your bags. Your careers are over." The line went dead. The silence in the room was deafening. Mr. Henderson, the store manager, looked as if he might faint. Officer Davies stared at the floor, his smirk long gone, replaced by a look of utter despair. Officer Miller stood frozen, the phone still in his hand, the weight of Chief Evans' words crushing him. Gabrielle, her dignity restored, though her anger still simmered, simply walked out of the office, leaving the two officers to face the ruin of their careers, brought about by a simple phone call and a profound misunderstanding of who they had just handcuffed.